Hi everyone, welcome back to the Coding and Analysis YouTube channel. So this is the final video, the results all combined into one spreadsheet with the CBS model, the ESPN model, our full training model, and our XGBoost regressor model, XGBoost cross validation underscore best model on the full training on all the data, and then I averaged these out right here. And so what I did here was I took out the projected roll for these two, and the results that I talked about in the previous video. So these feature importances are being included in this spreadsheet for the XGBoost regressor, XGBoost cross validation best model. So the projected roll was not, those results were not included. And also what I did here was I just did the ESPN model, our full training model. So I did these 4 models, and then I averaged them out right here. Averaged them out, and we can see here, based on these 4 models, and then I put a range for the 300s, the players that are in the 300s, players that are in the 250, 290s, then the players that are in the 200 to the 249s, and then 150 to the 200s. So let's look at Anthony Richardson. So ESPN's model 180. Our full training had 211, and then the XGBoost regressor 184, then the cross validation 188. So it averaged out to 191. And then what I'll do at the end of the season, I'll make another column right here and look at the results and see which model did the best, and see what would be the reason for the season. If the players, if they played great, they played bad, they played okay, they got hurt, got suspended, they kicked off the team or whatever, and they weren't able to play all the games. So Lamar Jackson, so our average models has him at 377, and one of the good things that happened was when I took away the projected roll, was it increased the points for Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, and Jaden Daniels, because these were all at 325. These were all lower, much lower, and they had like Joe Burrow like at 250, which clearly that's not going to happen unless he gets injured, gets hurt, misses a few games. So 292, which that's better than the 253 or 250 that he was at. So all the models have him at averaging 308, which still seems on the lower side. So ESPN has him at 328. Our full training had 389. Then the boost regressor had him at 221, and then 292. And I think that if we go back to the regression feature importance, it had like pass yards and rush touchdowns and pass touchdowns for 2023, and he was hurt in 2023. So I think that's what was affecting him a lot in our XGBoost regressor, to only have 221. But then our best model cross validation was 292. So that's good. You know, if I think he had like 350 last year, 350 points or something like that. But if he can, that might be you never know. That might be cautious side 308, anywhere between 300 and 350, probably for Joe Burrow. But it's good to see. So you know, we see the rushing importances right here. All these are rushing quarterbacks, or quarterbacks that can run the ball as well, except for Baker. And I guess he can run a little bit, not as much as Lamar, Allen, Hurts, Daniels, and I guess Bo Nix can run a little bit. Mahomes, he can certainly run. He can run on the sideline and pretend that he's going out of bounds, and then keep running like he does. Let's look at a rookie. So, you know, especially for the New Orleans, he might have to share with Spencer Rattler, which I didn't. I don't think I added Spencer Rattler in this data set, but him and Spencer will probably share the load, share the I don't know. We'll just see what happens. But Cam Ward, ESPN has 255. Our full training had 262. Regressor had 144, and our best model had 187. So 212. That's a good. The average model. That's a good projection for him, I would say. And then Drake May 249. That's a good. Him and Michael Penix. I think that's good. 250. Projections for those quarterbacks, and JJ McCarthy 272.95. That seems reasonable. So if we look at the let's look at Christian McCaffrey. So ESPN 322. Our full training had 238. Regressor at 133, which they're considering his prior season when he was hurt, and then the CVS best model, which probably blended the 2023 and 2024 seasons better than the prior models. So his average is at 244, which ESPN has him at 322. So it'll be interesting to see if he can get up to 322, or if his age starts showing, and he'll get down to 250, because he's going in the first round. So if you're gonna draft him, you expect him to score higher than 244. You want him to get to at least 300 or more than 300 if you're drafting him in the first round. So let's look at a rookie, Omarion Hampton, 239, 164, 202, 175. So 195. That's fine. That's reasonable. I see Bijan 317, Jamar Gibbs 311, Barkley 307. So those are all reasonable. Let's look at one more. I go up here. Isaac Garendo 87, 114, 86, 83, so 93. That seems reasonable. Braylon Allen 83. I'm hearing more that he might get some more shares of the running back. So he might get more touches probably. They might try to do a like Jamar Gibbs, the tandem in Detroit. So he might be getting some more touches. So he might be getting maybe closer to 100 possibly, or maybe more than that. You have Derrick Henry at 260, which I think he's going in the second round, so 260 for Derrick Henry, 269 our cross-validation best model. Let's look at the wide receivers and tight ends. Jamar Chase at 340 is the average, 329. ESPN has 350. Our cross-validation best model has it 329. And then, so like the full training was the cross-validation and then the training on all the data. So it's similar to this, but we're using XGBoost cross-validation and then boosting rounds to stop the overfitting. So this would be a more what professionals would probably use the XGBoost compared to just a full training. But it's good to get familiar with everything, get familiar with random forest regressor from scikit-learn and cross-validation scikit-learn, then do your own full training using those, and then getting into XGBoost, regressor and cross-validation, and the best model on top of the cross-validation. And then there's also, I think there's also other different packages, like I think there's Cat Boost. I have to try a project with Cat Boost at one point. So if you look at the Amon-Ra St. Brown, 290 ESPN, 287, 295, 286. So that's 290. So that's all pretty close together. So that's good. All our models really are all pretty close together. And then 290 for Amon-Ra St. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas Jr. So if you're like in a 12-person league, all these guys will probably be taken in the first round, especially Chase, Jefferson, Lamb, Puka, St. Brown, and Neighbors, and then probably Brian Thomas Jr. early in the second round. And then Nico, he's going in the second round too. So it's nice to see all these models all pretty close together, and then we're having a good average from all these. There's no rapid variations. So let's look at tight end. So McBride 259, ESPN, and all the other ones it's all close together. 252, Jackson Smith and Jigma 250. Let's see, Xavier Worthy 238, 205, 223, and 201. So 217. Mostly Marvin Harrison 211. So our models were more in the low end for Marvin Harrison, and ESPN's was more optimistic. So that's why it's getting this 211, which I would hope that he would score more than 211, maybe close to 250. So we'll see what happens there. Let's look at a rookie. Luther Burden Jr. 116. So 135. That's reasonable. That's within the realm of possibility. Emeka Egbuka, especially with Godwin being out and Mike Evans being old, 128. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Then say Tank Dell, Mike Williams, 0 for them. And Christian Watson. So that's 82. Yeah, I'm not quite sure at all why ESPN put him at 39. I could definitely see him scoring more than 39. Because, even though he gets hurt, I think 82, even like 95. I feel like 95 would be good. Would be a good prediction for him. I'm not gonna go ESPN's route and say only 39. That's pretty lowballing it right there. And then see Mason Taylor for the Jets. So I don't think the full training. I don't think I had him in the full training, so that's why I was listed 0. I had not added him yet. So 129, 149, 144. So that's why the 105. I should probably I should go in and fix this right here. I'll go in and fix that and not include the 0, because that's not fair to him to put it as 0 when I didn't add it yet. So I'll just add those 3 and divide by 3. Probably get a higher amount, because he's really supposed to be the starting tight end. I think there's not much competition for him. So we'll see what happens. Also, Kyle Pitts at 128, 113, 142. I saw him going really low in the fantasy football mock drafts. So if you want to scoop him up in the later rounds, even though it's just like a starter or a backup, maybe if you wanted to go with like Tyler Warren, try him out, or try out Mason Taylor, and then add Kyle Pitts for a backup. That would be good. And then the last one, let's see, what's the last person I look at? Oh yeah, Jaden Higgins for Houston, 166, 155, 117, 154. So 162, that would be a good benchmark if he can get up to 150, 160. That'd be a really successful season for Jaden Higgins, especially since he has guaranteed contract. Since he was, I think, the first player taken in the second round, second player taken in the second round. So 162, you would hope he could get up to that for what they're paying him. So that'll be the end of this video. It was fun making all these videos showing the random forest regressors across validation, the full training, and then going into the XG boost and getting the regressor, and then getting the cross validation, then the best model on top of the cross validation. So yeah, it's take this, and it's just fun to go through this, try to learn, get more in-depth knowledge on machine learning, and using a fun topic like fantasy football to try to understand it better. So thank y'all for watching the videos, and remember to like and subscribe, and always remember to never stop coding. And so bye now. See y'all in the next videos that I make.